I'm making this recording because I was on Facebook and I saw this meme on there that was interesting. And it says Facebook is the most appalling spying machine that has ever been invented. And continues on to say, here we have the world's most comprehensive database about people and their relationships and their names, addresses, their locations, their communications with each other, their relatives, all sitting within the hands of the United States, accessible to the U.S. Intelligence Department and probably anybody else. Very easily hackable, I would imagine. You don't even have to hack it. It's right there facing you in the face. But I say it's a trade-off. You know, in the last 9 to 10 years, I've been on Facebook, and before that, 5 years, I was on MySpace, and previously on ICQ. And also, it's a great tool for people when we're connecting with each other across the world, exchanging ideas and technology, and we're learning at a mass rate, studying things on our own. Those of us who desire to do so, that is, we're sharing those things we have, found out with others, and may have never had a chance to know those things. And I'm pretty sure, just from my experience, that I've had with sensationalized articles, and them not being what the title says, or even perchance not being well researched and true, or contain a video clip that has been edited, more of it left on the proverbial cutting floor than is actually posted in the video. That we're being fed BS to keep us competing. Humans have the strong, drive and desire to compete with one another, and there's little competition in the world out there today when it comes down to it, because we don't have to work so hard to get food in general, and we don't have to, battle people off out of our caves, so to speak, or property most of the time, on our average basis, to keep our structures and food. So, but I think this keeps us busy and occupied and distracted, and you want to ask yourself, from what? I mean, this keeps us putting our opinions out in the open, so whomever desires to, with the information, whether it be the government, the NSA, the NWO, Illuminati, etc., whoever it is out there, as simple as a group of very rich folks keeping the U.S. machine working, doing their bidding so that they can have whatever they want, say whatever they want, do whatever they desire, if that's the purpose behind it. There's got to be a reason, and I'm sure that it's being hidden. I do some social media marketing for small businesses. I built web presences for engineers, antique stores, musicians, moving companies, artists, public officials, and more. And I watched one of my customers get a barrage of feedback that was not very nice. And I was on damage control for this, and they were an antique store and had yard ornaments and statuary outside their store, pottery and such, wrought iron. Really nice stuff. And they happened to be on a historical highway, and a few people in the historical preservation group, a Facebook group as far as I could tell, did not like that they had stuff outside. But that's not really their business. And the outdoor items made up 40% of their sales in the shop, and they weren't about to move them to an area where they couldn't be seen by people who were tourists going up the highway. That was the point of getting that store, and it was allowed by the landlord and so on to put that stuff there. They were not an area with historical buildings. They were a few miles from a historical highway. They were across from a strip mall next to a small garage, and they had been approved by the city and landlord to have their stuff on the side of the road. Actually, it was in their parking lot. But these people attacked the shop, calling it an eyesore and saying they demanded that the stuff be moved inside. And we didn't comply. The reason I'm telling the story is that it started out as one person on the page and grew to many of them, all of whom began to attack like a pack of wolves. And they sent us threatening messages on our Facebook and emails about they were going to take us to court. They claimed that it was dirty and unkept, and I was the one who went out there 3 times a week when I wasn't working on the marketing with a leaf blower and cleaned the outside area. They had no facts. They said they would get the city to shut us down, but they had no leg to stand on. I called the city and as a rep for the business and confirmed that they had no way to do anything about it. So I told them this, and I guess they called the city officials themselves and found out that they couldn't. And this whole time they were lying, and within 2 days they stopped. One tiny bit of hearsay can start a firestorm, it seems. So this is what I say to you, and I will say in large, because if you read nothing else in this and get nothing else out of this video, it's this. If you see a title that enrages you, it was probably meant to do so. 9 out of 10 things I read aren't what the title claims. I would guess 45 to 70% of the people do not read the article by their comments. I see tons of comments, and I read the articles, and I go in there and I look at the comments, and these people don't know what they're talking about. They obviously did not read the article. And of those that do, most of them do not question the validity of the post. They do not look up, they do not read the counterpoints or the data, they just go on blind faith in the media. They say that they don't believe in mainstream media, but the non-mainstream media is just as bad. Be careful, be wary, and do your homework before you support anything, promote anything, post anything to your Facebook or other social media. If everyone would do this and comment with intelligent, informed opinions, we would take back what we have lost, or perhaps get something we've never had, which is a level of honesty and integrity that the human race truly needs.